Uh, yeah, you can just write down, ma'am. In SAP S4 HANA, when we are going to create the material using transaction code MM01, when we are creating the material using transaction code MM01, MM01, we should follow material ledger steps, material ledger steps with the help of universal general ledger, with the help of universal journal ledger. So in that universal general ledger, in that, so under this thing you will going to have three more points that would give you the more result. Why? Because in ACC you have observed a lot of more things. So when we were creating the material, so we haven't followed the steps. Why? Because this material ledger is not assigned to the any transaction, I mean any ledgers in ACC. But when it comes to the SAP S4 HANA, so we have to have the material ledger concept. Why? Because all these ledgers are particularly assigned to the universal general ledger. So that is why we will follow the steps. The first step is using transaction code OMX1, using transaction code OMX1, using transaction code OMX1, we have to activate the material status. We have to activate the material status of the ledger. We have to activate the material status of the ledger. We have to activate the material status of the ledger. Okay. The next step, second point, using transaction code OMX2, using transaction code OMX2, okay, sorry, using transaction code OMX2, we have to define the material ledger type. We have to define the material ledger type and their individual characteristics. Their individual characteristics. Individual characteristics. And third point will be using transaction code OMX3, we have to assign OMX3, we have to assign our own valuation area to the material ledger type. Our own valuation area to the material ledger type. Okay, so try to write down the full sentence, valuation area to the material ledger type. Here, area to the material ledger type. Okay, so these things are mandatory first of all. And the next one is, so I think so, fourth point, using transaction code, CKM start, using transaction code CKM start, START, using transaction code CKAM start, we have to start the products with the material type we have to start the product with material status type to the material ledger. To the material ledger. Material ledger. So these things are mandatory first of all. Okay, so why? Because now whatever the material that you are creating, okay, whatever the material that you are creating, so we should have the material status and product with the material ledger status, and the next one is individual characteristics. What are those individual characteristics? The material ledger that you want to type, or the material ledger that you want to create, that should be there in the individual characteristics. Okay, so otherwise whatever the configurations that you are doing, okay, you can do the configurations, but you cannot even create the mm01 without having the individual characteristics. So that is the main important thing that we have right now. The next one is uh, yeah, first go to that SAP system now. So we will try to activate the things. We will try to activate the things. The first important thing here is OMX3. Go to the transaction code OMX3. So here you can just see all of you. Valuation area is there, company code is there, and material ledger is there. Now you can just observe material ledger type is not activated for this valuation area. What is the valuation area? 0001. Okay, why it is not activated? Why? Because so whatever the configurations that the one person has done, okay, so that person has has not activated the material ledger status. And when that person is going to create the material using transaction code mm01, the system will throw you, the system will throw one error, that is material status is not activated in for the particular valuation area. So to avoid all these circumstances, okay, so what we will do, so we will going to create the new entries for the our own valuation area, right? So go to the new entries now and give your valuation area. Hmm. Always check with your main configurations that you have done. Okay, go to that thing and give what is the valuation area that we have created. ONWD, valuation grouping code, and DEP1 is the valuation area. Okay, good. So in that, what is the material ledger type that we are going to take? Okay, go to that thing. So the standard ledger type that we take is, I think so. Go to that SAP system. Yeah, drop down this thing. So here, the material ledger type is a currency type and valuation areas. That is 9,000 material ledger type. Why? Because our own company code currency is particularly related to the currency, that is 10, right? So on that scenario, what we will going to take is 9,000. Okay, double click on this 9,000. Click on the enter and go to the save button and save it. Okay, come back now. See all of you, the status is activated. Okay, why? Because your valuation area is particularly assigned to the company code with the help of a valuation grouping code. So that is why the status is activated. Okay. So if your valuation is not assigned to your company code and all, automatically the system will show you that status is not activated. Okay. So that is the main important thing. So go to the position and try to give your DEP1. DEP1 is the material. Okay. So our status is activated. Okay. The next one. So go to the transaction code OMX2. Go to the transaction code OMX2. Okay. So can you go to the position, ma'am? Go to the position and try to give the material ledger type as 9000. Okay. Go to the continue option. So whatever the material ledger type that we have assigned for our company code and also valuation area and on, so that is there in the transaction code OMX2. Can you come down, ma'am? Screen come down. No, no, here. So see here, all of you. Can you open the left side S for Hana, ma'am? S4H open brackets 1. Huh. See, all of you, the thing is that you will going to find out the transaction. So the transaction is OMX2. So try to remember the points. See, in interview point of view, no one will going to ask you about the material ledger status types and material ledger status and all. Okay, they will just ask you whether your valuation grouping code is assigned to the particular company code or not. If it is assigned, why the material is not activated in your company code? They will just ask you this question only. Okay, why? Because we are FI consultant, so we have to have the company code, right? So in that company code you need to activate the status first of all. Okay, so you will give the company code to the particular I mean, just you will just give the instruction to the that so this one is activated and you can able to assign the company and sorry valuation area with the help of material ledger type to the particular company code. So they will just ask you this I mean these types of questions. You don't worry and select this 9000, ma'am. Go to the position and okay, select this 9000. huh. Select this 9000 and go to the define individual characteristics. See, all of you, so our currency type is a 10, right? That is company code currency, right? So you don't need to worry about the about all these things and all. Okay, right, good. Come back. So we have the left configuration. So the left configuration is OMX1 using trans. So we have to activate the material status of the particular ledger. Now go to the transaction code OMX1. Go to the transaction code OMX1. Okay, good. So can you go to the position, ma'am? Give your valuation area, DEP1. Okay, go to the continue option. So this material ledger status is activated, all of you, but you need to have price determinations, right? What is the price determination? So based on which ledger based, I mean, based on which ledger type determination you are activating this all these valuation area to the particular material. Okay, total based, right? So go to the drop down option. So you will going to see the two changes. Okay, that is there will be invoice based transactions and transaction based and also single um, multi levels. See, single or multi levels is nothing but thing valuation area. Whatever the valuation area that you are creating here, you will going to assign different types of valuation areas to the I mean what we can say many types of materials, right? So in that thing what we will going to do, so we will going to take the single or multi level. So that is the main important thing right now we have. And the next one, go. So take out the transaction based. Give me 1 second, all of you. Click on the enter, go to the save button and save it now. Okay, what it is saying? So just activate the material ledger active. No, ma'am. So just activate this material ledger. Tick mark on the material ledger activation. Here. Left side, there is a tick mark, right? No. Not this thing. Here, material ledger activate, right? That one. And you can just give the price determination. Okay, click on the enter, go to the save button and save it. Live data must be converted. Okay. Yeah, we will convert the data. No issue. Okay, so we have activated our own material ledger activation status. And the next one is company code with the help of material ledger type. Okay, so all these things are mandatory, right? So then next one, what you will do is you will just go to the transaction code CKM stack. Okay, so we have to activate the product to the particular material ledgers, right? So in SAP S4 HANA, we will find major changes, all of you. Okay, so but when it comes to the ECC and all, you will not going to find out anything. But just you will just, try to find out the things that PDH and fiscal year variance like this. Okay, so try to remember the point. Okay, good. So can you take out your plan, ma'am? Okay, good. And exchange rate type, any type. You can just take out M or material B or G, buying rate, moving average rate, or M rate, anything. Okay, so first what we need to do is, so can you just remove the background processing? You can just go to the execute button. Okay, so all these material ledger status are activated, all of you, and we need to send the proofs. Okay, what are those proofs, all of you? Exchange rate categories, stress trends and backgrounds, and currency in material ledger. And you have assigned the in OM X2 transaction code, you have seen a lot of things, right? What are those things? Material ledger type will be there, and this material ledger type is particularly assigned to the company code currency, and that company code currency is there in our company code. Okay, so in our universal general ledger, on the particular thing only we can able to find out the things. Okay, so that is the great choice for the SAP S4 HANA. Okay, why? Because without having the, you are creating the material, you are creating the material with the what, trading goods, or you are creating the material with the finished goods and all. So just try to observe the point that whatever the material ledger status types that we have created or that we have activated, then only you can able to create the material with the trading goods, you can able to create the material with finished goods. All these things are mandatory, all of you, so try to remember the point. And these transaction codes will not be asked by any interviewer. Okay, in your interview these transaction codes will not be asked by any interviewer. Why? Because all these things are particularly related to the only. Okay, so we are not the persons who will going to change or who will going to create or who will going to update. Okay, we are not that persons. Okay, come back, ma'am. One step back only, one step back. And what we will do, so we have tested this thing successfully. Okay, then production. Okay, come back. Okay, now what you will do is remove the test run and open the background processing and just give the exchange rate type as M. Okay, moving average rates and all. Okay, so click on the enter, go to this execute button. So we will going to uh, pass this switches to the particular things. Job name is production startup. Okay, plan start one, no need to worry, check and confirm. Check and confirm. Okay, continue, no issue. Okay, so this background processing has been done. Okay, So there is no any issue regarding with the test trends or anything. So you can just see all of you. So for user is scheduled. Okay, so these things are mandatory first of all. So without having these background processing and production startups for the material ledgers and all, so we cannot even create the things. Okay, so try to remember the point. So these things are mandatory, all of you, first of all. Okay, and you can find out all these transaction codes in SAP Easy Access also. Okay, so give slash n. So when it comes to the end user point of view and on, okay, we will going to find out a lot of things. What are those things? What we will do is we will going to check with the um, um, ma'am, go to the accounting here. Then next one is controlling, and then next one is product cost controlling. The next one is actual cost or material ledger. Oh, open that thing, ma'am. Can you come down? Uh, it is not working, huh? Can you come down? You will going to find out the environment. In that environment, you will going to find out the production startup. I think so. Yes. So in the production startup, mm, setup valuation areas and transaction code is not inserted right in your recipe system. Okay, you don't worry. But see, when you go to this transaction code CKM start, automatically you will going to find out the things. Okay, like this, like CKM LMV. Can you open the one thing, ma'am? That is CKMM or CKLMV, anything. Mm. See, you will going to find out the material ledger status types, right? All of you. Okay. So try to remember the point. Give me 1 second, all of you. హలో చెప్పన్నా ఒక్క నిమిషం ఆగన్నా ఎంఎం ప్రాబ్లం లేదా So all of you, Miku, sorry for the disturbance, sir. Ma'am, give slash n. అండ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ మీ ఇక్కడ ఉన్న వాళ్ళందరిలో ఎవరు జూనియర్, అంటే మీకు ఏజ్ పెద్ద డిఫరెన్స్ ఏం లేకపోయినా 26, 27 ఆ ఏజ్లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళు ఇక్కడ ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారా? ఓకే, ముజమిల్ అండ్ ఓకే వినీతమ్మ. అండ్ మనకి ఎస్ఏపిలో రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఒకటి ఉంది, ఓకేనా? యాజ్ ఎ ఫ్రెషర్గా నాకు ఇప్పుడు ఒక బాలాజీ అన్న ఫోన్ చేసి చెప్పాడు. సో శాలరీ వచ్చేసి 10 to 12 లోపు ఇస్తారు. మీకు అది ఇష్టం అయ్యి వెళ్తాను అని అంటే నేను మీకు డైరెక్ట్గా జాబ్ ఇప్పిస్తాను, ఓకేనా?
అసోసియేట్ లేకుంటే ఎండ్ యూజర్ సార్?
కన్సల్టెంట్. ఓకేనా? అండ్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ బాగుండాలి. వాళ్ళు అడిగిన క్వశ్చన్స్కి మీరు ఆన్సర్స్ చెప్పాలి, చాలు. అంటే నేను మాట్లాడతాను, హెచ్ఆర్తో నేను మాట్లాడతాను. సో చూద్దాం, ఓకేనా? సో మీ రెజ్యూమ్స్ నాకు ఒకసారి ఫార్వర్డ్ చేయండి. నార్మల్ రెజ్యూమ్స్ ఉన్నా పర్లేదు, ఏదైనా ఫ్రెషర్ రెజ్యూమ్ ఏదో ఒకటి తీసుకొని ప్లెయిన్ ఫార్మాట్లో పంపించండి, ఓకేనా? సో దాన్ని బట్టి నేను ఫార్వర్డ్ చేసి నేను మీకు అందరికీ చెప్తాను.
ఓకే సార్.
అండ్ అబాప్ ఎవరైనా ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్, అబాపర్ మీకు తెలిసిన వాళ్ళు ఎవరైనా ఉంటే కొంచెం, అతను కూడా ఫ్రెషర్ ఒకటి ఉంది, సో వెళ్ళొచ్చు. బట్ కొంచెం కోడింగ్ నాలెడ్జ్ ఉంటే బెస్ట్. చూద్దాంలే, నేను చెప్తాను మీకు. ఓకే రైట్. సో దెన్ నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ what we will do is we will going to create the own material. Okay, so what is the material? So using transaction code MM01, all of you please try to follow the different types of steps in the particular transaction codes and all. Okay, why? Because if you don't activate the material status and all, so you cannot even complete the, or you cannot even create the material. Okay, I think so Varaprasad has faced the different types of errors. Prasad, you face chesavu kada ee errors ni MM lo?
Yes sir, same.
Okay, meeku ipo adi resolve ayinda ee?
Yes sir. The option active అని ఉంటుంది సార్, అది యాక్టివ్ చేసి.
సో మెటీరియల్ స్టేటస్ ని ఎప్పుడైతే మీరు యాక్టివేట్ చేస్తారో, సో వెన్ యూ activate the material status tied to the particular material ledger, automatically what will happen, all of you? So you will going to find out the different types of errors, okay, without creating the production startups. Okay, so that is the background processing is must for the SAP S4 HANA. Try to remember the point. Okay, so without having all these things, you cannot even create the material ledger status or anything. Okay, now you don't worry. And see, all of you, ఫ్రెషర్ ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళు ఆ కంపెనీకి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు, మీరే రేపు కన్సల్టెంట్గా వెళ్ళారనుకోండి, మీ కమ్యూనికేషన్ నచ్చి మీ సబ్జెక్ట్ కొంచెం, అంటే మీరు వాళ్ళు అడిగిన క్వశ్చన్కి మీరు ఆన్సర్ చేసి లోపలికి వెళ్ళారనుకోండి, కన్సల్టెంట్ ఫ్యూచర్ చాలా బాగుంటుంది. వై? బికాస్ in the P2P process, consultant is very, very important. Okay, I mean, consultant activities are very, very important. Okay, so you are the one person who decides the prices. You are the one person who decides the cash discounts. So, I mean, client will give you the information and the controlling people will be there, and they will just suggest you the prices and all. So based on the suggestions and all, you will come to the conclusion that so this is the exact price for this product, and we can able to sell the goods to the particular customer with this price only. Okay, so these things are mandatory. So I will give you the reference. Okay, automatically you are going to get the job, but the salary is less. Okay, don't worry about the salary, just try to learn the real-time project activities and all. So then automatically so you will be in a good position. Okay, so I mean, whoever is interested, and just send a message or send your resume to my WhatsApp number. So I will just refer to the particular HR. Okay, don't worry. Then, so we will going to create the material using transaction code MM01. Okay, go to the transaction code MM01. Go to the transaction code MM01. Okay, so in this thing, what we will do, all of you, so we can able to create the one material, right, using transaction code MM01. Okay, good. So in the industrial sector, you can just take out the mechanical engineering, and the material type is a Hava trading goods. Hava trading goods. Yes, take out that one. And can you click on the enter one? Very few numbers left. Ah, no issue. Continue. Can you come down, ma'am? Go to the down, down, complete down. User interface. ఇక్కడ కాదు మ్యామ్. సో దీన్ని మీరు ఒకసారి కంటిన్యూ చేయండి. You can just continue this better. So just give the plant and storage location and try to continue. And give your storage location. Go to the continue option. Okay, material ledger must be product set for the. Okay, good. So go to the transaction code CKM start, ma'am. Go to the transaction code CKM start. Remove this thing. CKM start. CKM start. Okay, good. And take out the exchange rate type as M. And remove the background processing. Can you come down? Do we have any valuation areas? Okay, good. And go to the execute option. Okay. No data found in valuation area. Why? DEP1 is our valuation area. Can you come back, ma'am? One step back. One step back. Remove the test run, ma'am, and give the background processing. And go to the execute button. Okay, continue. Check and confirm. Continue. DEP1 is our main. Okay. Go up and give selection. Go to the MM01 one. Click on the enter, no issue. Okay. Data assign number 3000. Can you come down? Go to the continue option. Remove the plant and storage question and give you this. Open this thing, ma'am. What is the message number? Material ledger must be set productive for valuation area. So it is required to activate material ledger via transaction for OMX2, OMX3, OMX1. Okay, everything is done. All afterwards, so it needs to be set productive via transaction CMKS. Okay, good. System conversion from SAP ERP business suites. SAP Simple Finance valuation area has already existed in migration source system. Please check the okay. So OMX2 and OMX3 and OMX4. Ma'am, can you remove this thing and check with the OMX1 and why these things are not working? We're going to see it. Okay, so if the material ledger status is activated in the OMX1 transaction code, then we will going to see it. OMX1. Go to the transaction code OMX1. Go to the position and give your valuation area. So material ledger is activated. Okay, give /n. Okay, everything is good. And then next one, what we will do? Ma'am, go to the transaction code OMX3. Go to the transaction code OMX3. Go to the position. Now we will going to see the status, whether this is in a green color mark or red color mark. Okay, it is also in green color mark. Okay, give /n and go to the transaction code CKM start. Same thing. CKM start. I think so. With the background processing, we have run it, and without the background processing, we will going to see whether we will going to face the errors or not. In the exchange rate type, give just M. In the background process, remove the background processing and just test run it, ma'am. We will going to see. Ah. Okay, everything is fine. Come back. One step back. One step back. And remove the test run and go to the execute option. Now we will going to see it. Okay, right. So there is no any errors, right? So no data found in valuation area DEP1. Yeah, you don't worry. I mean, see, when you create the material ledger, automatically you will find out the data. So can you come down, ma'am, here? Down. Complete down. Down. Company code in which M and FI can be reconciled. Okay, very good. That is DEP1. Okay, valuation area is there. DEP1. Okay, good. Go up and can you give slash n? Go up. Can you give slash n? Huh. What we will do is just go to the transaction code MM011 and try to create the material MM01. Now we will going to see it whether the error is also existed or not. Huh. So now it is working, right, all of you. So you have to set this material ledger as a productive type. Okay, so if you don't set the material ledger type as a productive type, what will happen? Anybody? Why I am activating the material ledger productive in SAP as for HANA and not activating in SAP ECC? What you have learned these 4 days? Anybody? Deepa ma'am, Vinita ma'am, Madhu, Prasad, Zamil or Prasad? Why you are activating the material ledger as a productive? Why you are not activating the material ledger for the productive in ECC? They will go in. I mean, they will just ask you the questions like this. Okay, why? Because company code is assigned to the valuation area. So if you don't give the answers to any other person, yeah, tell me the answer, all of you. Why I am activating the material ledger status? Simple answer I have given you. I think so. 10 minutes back only. Simple answer.
In ECC, material concept is not there.
Yeah, but see, why the material ledger is throwing an error to your system? So your answer is correct. But why the material ledger is throwing an error to your system only?
Because every material we create.
Will answer all of you. That is, you are activating the material ledger type to your company code currency. So that is why the system will throw you an error that this material ledger must not be productive. That should be in a productive mode. Okay, why the system is throwing an error that okay, this material ledger is not a productive? So based on your company code currency only, right? All of you. So just try to remember the point. Okay. So they will just ask you this question only. Okay. So for MM, that is the another point of view. For FI, that is the main point. Okay. Okay, good. No issue. So try to learn the concept first of all. Okay, good. So in the description, what you need to give, ma'am? Anything, bike machinery, anything, that is your choice. Bike machinery. And the base unit of measure is a PC, that is price commodity. And then next one is if it is a electronic materials and all, in the material group, you can just take out the electronics. I think so. Okay, so I think so. You no need to have any divisions or a gross weight and net weight. Yeah, just give the gross weight as 1 and the net weight as. Then go to the small box, ma'am, and try to go to the um, purchasing data. Can you come down, ma'am? What is the thing? Down, complete down. Uh, Give me 1 second. Specify the relevant unit of weight. Okay, go to the weight unit. Go to the weight unit. Go to the weight unit. Go to the drop down option. So what is there? Gram, kilograms, pound. Okay, kilograms. Based on the kg measurements only, right? We will going to take out the things. Yeah, ma'am. Go to the purchasing data. No worries. Huh. So in the purchasing data, all of you just try to remember the point that I mean, when it comes to the base unit of measures and all, in the purchasing group only, we will going to give our own purchasing groups, or else we will going to give normal demo purchasing groups and all. Okay, so that is the most important thing right now we have. I mean, if you want to see the details of the purchasing groups, and go to that Word document and try to give the purchasing group. What is the purchasing group that we have? DGP. Good. Take out the DGP. Okay, so material group is very, very important, all of you. So material group, see, whatever the material group that you have assigned for the basic data one, automatically it will going to show you in the material group. I mean that material group in the purchasing data. Okay, so try to remember the point. And the next one is they will just ask you the question. I mean, that is not the question. If MM people is there, so they will just ask you the question. The question is that, will you going to assign the purchasing group based on the sales and distribution cycle wise, or else anything? So they will just ask the question to the MM like this. Okay, purchasing group is different based on the sales and distributions ledgers. And okay, all of you. So try to remember the point. I think so. Everything is done, right? Ma'am, go to the accounting tab one. Go to the accounting tab one. And here, what you will going to take in the price unit, that is one is the main thing. And the next one is okay, we do one thing, ma'am. So in the valuation classes, you can just take out the 3,100 trading goods. Can you come down? Here we are just taking the price control as V, right? And we can able to take out the standard price and take out the standard price. That is your choice. Take out the V moving average price or standard price. That is your choice only. But whenever you are taking the standard prices in all, you have to mention the price. So what is the price? Give the standard price. Anything, 20,000, 30,000, anything, that is your choice. Okay, 10,000 is the main basic thing, okay, that we have for the any standard prices and all. Okay, so what we need to do is and so inventory value is for the value 1 and the inventory value is for the value 2, valuation 2, and general ledger material settings will be 26768. Yeah, good. I think so. Click on the enter, ma'am. So if the system is throwing an error, local currencies converted to other currencies using currency exchange rate. Okay, good. No issue. And valuation class, based on the valuation classes only, that we're going to change the details and all. And go to the accounting data 2, ma'am. Have we missed any configurations and all? Accounting 1 is there, accounting 2. No issue. And go to the MRP 1. Go to the MRP 1. MRP 1. So in the MRP 1, you can just try to give the MRP type now. Give the MRP type as no planning. No issue. Good. And no need to give any MRP groups and all. Just go to the transaction code MRP, sorry, MRP2 tab. Go to the MRP2 tab. Do we have any scheduling types? Okay, procurement type is a F. Okay, and planned delivery date will be Monday. Good. Go to the MRP 3. Go to the MRP 3. Availability check. Give the availability check. There is no checks. KP. And yeah, I think so. This is enough, right? Go to the MRP 4. Individual collections is not at all important. Okay, no issue. Go up, ma'am, and go to the save button and save it. So here you will not going to face any errors, all of you. So why? Because material ledger type has been set for the productive. Okay, so this material 1 is created. Okay, so try to take out that 1 and go to that thing. Okay, all of you. So this is about the class of material ledgers, and tomorrow we will going to see the details of the testings. Okay, and sorry, GL accounts creations. Okay, another class is okay. We will going to take another class for this thing. So tomorrow what will happen? So we will going to take out the creation of the materials, creations of the GL accounts, assignings of the GL accounts, and the next one is testings of the P2P. Okay, so FADMM integration testing. Why? Because see, why I'm taking this class is you have to learn the material ledgers. You have learned the main ledgers, right? And you have to learn the material ledger. Okay, what are the transaction codes that are involved in this material ledger is very, very important, all of you. So don't neglect anything. Okay, if you neglect the things and all, automatically you will going to face the errors. Okay, try to remember the point. Okay, tomorrow at 11. Okay, 6 to 8 is the class. And also tomorrow at 11, I will give you the resume preparation. All of you. So I will give you the resume preparation and try to upload the resume.
Hello.
Okay, so I will going to stop this recording.